You know, as your hardcore Xbox YouTuber, I feel like it's my duty to talk about stuff like this. The Xbox brand, and trust me, nobody would have loved this to happen more than me. I just feel like it probably is maybe it's a smart thing that it didn't happen. I don't know, but the hardcoreness in me, the hardcore fan, Xbox fan in me, really is sad to see this not happen. So this is going to be a very interesting video. My name is Crapgamer, the hardcore Xbox fan, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Give me a like, share it out, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandma. Let's get things going, shall we? According to a leaked document, Warner Brothers reportedly looking to sell NetherRealm Studios and Traveler's Tales Games. According to this, the original story was Warner Brothers is looking to sell NetherRealm Studios and Traveler's Tales Games, according to documents seen by Windows Central's Jez Gordon. The company is best known for Mortal Kombat and LEGO series of games respectively, have both been part of Warner Brothers for over a decade. But both are reportedly no longer considered in the scope, quote-unquote, of the publisher's future. Talking on his podcast, The Xbox 2, Gordon claims that both NetherRealm and Traveler's Tales are among the studios, quote-unquote, that Warner Brothers considers selling in the document. This would include all Traveler's Tales game subsidiaries. The documents apparently do not suggest who would be interested in acquiring those specific companies. However, rumors from last month had Microsoft down as a potential buyer, which would not be surprising given its recent spending spree with Sony. Now, since the documents claims that neither studio is within the scope of what Warner Brothers wants to do going forward, Gordon hypothesizes that the decision will be tied to film performances, as he explains, quote-unquote, "My guess would be that Warner Bros. Weren't happy with the performance of Mortal Kombat movie. They weren't happy with the performance of the LEGO movies. Also, the whole LEGO IP is licensed out of Denmark, and that eats into their profits." Now, whatever the case may be, it's not quite clear what is happening with NetherRealm right now. The rumor mill has it down for working on both Injustice 3 and a Marvel fighting game. If it's indeed about to be acquired, however, it would align with recent events. Enough time has passed since the premiere of the recent Mortal Kombat movie for Warner Bros. To assess its multimedia franchise potential. It also has highlighted that NetherRealm very suddenly pulled the plug on Mortal Kombat 11, stating that there will be no more DLC. As for Traveler's Tales, under the Traveler's Tales subsidiary, it has exclusively developed LEGO games since 2007. The team is still working on the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker saga. Development may be impacted by acquisition, however, as its early 2021 release date was pushed back and no launch window has been announced since that particular point in time. Now, I love Jez Gordon. I love Xbox. I'm a hardcore Xbox guy. Jez Gordon's a hardcore Xbox guy, but I don't know if I completely buy into Mortal Kombat not doing well. I heard they already greenlit the sequel for a movie for that. I mean, it's hard to really tell, but you know, again, we'll have to wait and see exactly what's going on in the future of the franchise. But again, I heard right away that they really greenlit you know, a sequel, and that there's multiple sequels in the pipeline, that it did really well on the streaming service, and they hope to get the next one out in theaters as well as the streaming service. So again, also Mortal Kombat 11 is older now. You know, it's been out for a little while, so dropping things on content in terms of that and moving on to your next project is also very much in with the realm of what's supposed to happen. Now, this was updated, so I feel like, you know, this isn't going to happen, obviously, but I wanted to give the main story first. Update, Remy Skler from Warner Brothers contacted this publication in response to the rumor saying, and I quote, "I can confirm NetherRealm Studios and Traveler's Tales Games will continue to remain as part of Warner Brothers Games and are all included in the Warner Media Discovery merger." So that sort of puts an end to that thought process and that line of sight, in my opinion. You know, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens and how this works out, but again, it's very interesting, and it's very interesting to see how these kind of things kind of crop up and things like that. I would have thought that it would have been a great move as a hardcore Xbox fan, and I am saddened as a hardcore Xbox fan that NetherRealm wasn't picked up, because you can imagine maybe have them work on a new Killer Instinct, maybe do a Killer Instinct Mortal Kombat crossover that's exclusive to the hardcore Xbox. I think that would be a fantastic job as well. Again, gamers are going to have to wait and see what happens, but at the same time, I would not put it past, you know, Microsoft to really go out there and buy some new studios. They got a lot of money, and you know, they can spend it however they want. They've also got a pretty big thing with Game Pass, folks. I mean, Game Pass is huge. It's very huge, and they want to keep feeding the beast, and I think you have to be able to keep feeding the beast to keep things happy. Now, my take on this is pretty much anything can happen. Like, we don't really know what's going to happen, but you know, I feel like, again, the whole reason why I went back and I apologized and you guys accepted me as a hardcore fan talking to other hardcore fans is because you deserve a better class of hardcore Xbox fan YouTubers, and you know, these quote-unquote insiders. And that's not a knock on Jez Gordon, because I'm sure that he got a paper that maybe probably could have been older, but it does look like that they're going to be staying put. And so I'm just saying, when it comes to all these quote-unquote insiders, not necessarily talking about him, but there was all these other insiders, quote-unquote, and I use the term lightly, that basically get fans' hope up, and then nothing comes from it. You know, saying acquisition season and all this kind of stuff, right? Like, I get it, but let's just calm down as hardcore Xbox fans and just enjoy the ride. There's so many great games already scheduled to come down the pipeline, and, you know, stretching yourself a little bit too thin or trying to get overly excited about this other stuff will usually lead to disappointment as fans. So for me personally, I look at this and I say, hey, when I saw this, I thought Killer Instinct right away, and now I'm looking at it and I'm a little bit disappointed, and I don't want you guys to be disappointed too as fellow hardcore Xboxians. So, you know, it is a little bit disappointing, but still, at the same time, there's still a lot more to come. We've got a lot of games coming over the next few years, and it's going to be a heck of a time to be a hardcore Xbox fan, and there's none more hardcore than me. So yeah, this is very interesting as well. You know, it really just comes down to, what are these console companies going to offer? How can Microsoft continue to bolster the fantastic, you know, the fantastic deal that they've done with, you know, with Game Pass? I mean, all the stuff that you're going to be able to get with Game Pass over the years is just going to be a fantastic deal. Everybody's going to win with that, and this is just a really great time to be a gamer, especially an Xbox gamer. I mean, we've got so many things going on. Hey, did I mention I'm hardcore? I've got a Gears of War tattoo because I'm hardcore. So, you know, again, I think that it's probably works out best for, like, gamers in general, that the studios are going to stay independent and be multi-plat. But I also feel, as a deep down as a hardcore Xbox fan, that I would have loved to see Killer Instinct made by a quality studio like NetherRealm. So yeah, not a good week for insiders. You know, it's easy to fake stuff as well. Sometimes, you know, people fake these things, and you know, it's just one of those things. So unfortunately, like I said, take things with a grain of salt. Let's just keep doing our own thing, gaming, having a fun time, racking them up, facting them up. That's right, folks. I'm facting it up right now for your benefit as a hardcore Xbox fan. Fact them up. Keep everything going with facts. It doesn't look like they're going to be joining the Xbox Studios team, but that doesn't mean that, you know, Killer Instinct will never come back, or that, you know, just because the first one did so well, that they're just going to totally forget about it. I mean, why would Phil Spencer lie to us as hardcore Xbox fans? There's nothing in it for him. You know, he's really kind of counting on us as hardcore Xbox fans to continue to buy the product, and the product is Xbox Game Pass, and, you know, controllers and Game Pass subscriptions, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that'll all continue going on down the line. But as a hardcore Xbox fan, once again, I'm a little bit disappointed personally, just because I would have loved to have seen it, you know. And again, not seeing that, does it make me pissed off? No. Is it probably better for gamers? Yeah. But as a hardcore Xbox fan, would I have loved to have seen it? Yeah. I mean, let's just be real. Who wouldn't, right? The hardcore Xbox fan, the Crapgamer, back and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for letting me back in the fold. I know I probably don't deserve it, but the fact that you guys are there for me every step of the way makes it all worthwhile. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Fact 'em up, folks. Crapgamer out.